It's the WP Minute. This episode is brought to you by Easy Support Videos. Support your WordPress users by placing videos right in the WordPress admin. Get it at easysupportvideos.com. Today is an interview with Brad Nard, founder of Delicious Brains, and talking about his recent acquisition of Advanced Custom Fields, a series of questions he's recorded answers to via audio. Let's dive right in. Can you give us a sense of how you vetted a product company like ACF? What was attractive besides the obvious?
Revenue, especially recurring revenue, definitely looked at that right away. I looked at the customer base and what their expectations were. There was obviously more to it with due diligence in terms of verifying all those numbers and making sure everything was accurate and legit, but the accountants and lawyers handled most of that anyway and just provided reports. ACF's a pretty simple company. Elliot set up a really kind of simple thing for 10 years by himself. There weren't a lot of moving parts to really vet in this deal. In terms of what was attractive, obviously ACF's a great product. It has a passionate and large community of users and customers. The thing that particularly appealed to me is that the customers are the same as our customers. I think the thing that was the most attractive was like, this is a way for us to really kind of step into more mainstream WordPress world, I think. And that seems to be, I'm definitely feeling that over the last few days as after the announcement was made. It's almost overwhelming how much noise has been kicked up on Twitter, especially around lifetime licenses.
How did you weigh this decision amongst the existing product lineup at Delicious Brains?
I'm confident that we can hire folks and handle ACF and scale up what we've been doing all these years with our existing products. And we've added, within the last few years, we've doubled our products. This is just an extension of where we've been already going. It makes complete sense. It's kind of a supercharging, right? If we are adding 2 new products over the next 3 years, that's a lot different than adding a massive product overnight. It is a big jolt to the business.
Can you hint at the size of the deal?
Nope. Moving on.
Will pricing and existing licenses be honored for customers?
Yes. We made that very clear in the announcement post that we won't be changing pricing anytime soon. And if we do in the future, existing customers won't be impacted. And then, of course, we made this mistake of totally not mentioning lifetime licenses and totally missing that. And that was a mistake. I wrote a tweet thread yesterday. Everyone seems happy with what we've decided to do with lifetime licenses.
Is this Delicious Brains' way of investing in Gutenberg and a potential theme product in the future?
Definitely not a theme product. That's not really been something on my mind. I'm not going to write off any ideas, but yeah, it's just not something we've really considered at this point. Investing in Gutenberg, that's a bit of a different question. I can see that. ACF blocks is a huge part of ACF, and I think it's a huge part of the WordPress block editor space. I love what Elliot has done there. He's built a bridge, really, between the kind of old school WordPress developers, the PHP and jQuery and those developers, and the React folks. It's very challenging to level up on React. We've been doing it ourselves, and it's very tough. I very much sympathize with folks who are struggling to kind of make that leap from jQuery to React. That's a huge leap. Anyhow, I think there's lots more opportunity there to help folks extend the block editor, make custom blocks using ACF. So we're definitely pumped to work on that project. But also, I don't think Gutenberg is necessarily the best tool for every job inside of WordPress either. There's lots of cases where you might want to basically create a database of something, a database of books, a database of staff, people, or whatever it is. And Gutenberg's UIs is for building websites, for building pages. It's a layout engine. It's not designed for entering data. So I think that's also where ACF has shined, right? It's been a wonderful UI for entering information. And I think that's where ACF can continue to shine inside of WordPress.
What immediate challenges does a product like this present to Delicious Brains?
The biggest one is hiring. We've been hiring like crazy this year. I think in the last 12 months, we've doubled the size of the team. We've really ramped it up in the last 3 or 4 months, though, because we knew this was coming. The good news is we're pretty much staffed up. We've hired pretty much all the developers we need for ACF at this point. We're in really good shape. One challenge that we're facing is scaling management leadership around our products, and adding ACF to the mix here, it's gonna put a strain on that some more. So I'm looking at that, adding more leadership management resources to the team. Considering even having someone like a COO role, someone working with me to scale the company, essentially.
Last question to wrap up. What are you most excited about with ACF now joining your suite of Delicious Brains products?
Bringing our strengths, our user experience and UI strength to ACF and improving that UI, making things just all that much better. Making the developer experience better even, improving the back-end code. Elliot would be the first to admit that there's areas of the code that are old and dusty that could use some attention. I'm really excited to ship that stuff to the community. It's going to be so exciting to push out our first release, our first few releases, and see how people react to the work we've been doing.
Thanks for taking the time to do the interview, Brad. If you've not seen Delicious Brains before, check out deliciousbrains.com and all of the amazing tools they have there. And of course, if you've never, ever heard of ACF before, check out advancedcustomfields.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the WP Minute at thewpminute.com and share this episode on social media because we love more listeners around here. Leave us a review on Apple or podchaser.com. Okay, that's the WP Minute. We'll see you in the next episode.